got another video for you. This one is really special to me. The pictures that you were just looking at were from the night that Edwin, who's the little pink naked guy over there, and 14 other skinnies, they were all male, were brought in from an animal testing lab. They were rescued by Beagle Freedom Project, and Beagle Freedom Project is an amazing, amazing rescue group. They rescue animals from testing labs all over the United States. They rescue everything from guinea pigs, rats, mice, rabbits, regular pigs, cats, dogs, beagles in particular. There's a lot of beagles in animal testing labs. That's something I didn't know. But anyways, Beagle Freedom Project rescues these animals from all over, and they get them adopted, they rehabilitate them, and they get them adopted into wonderful forever homes. So the pictures were from the night they were rescued from Northern California by Beagle Freedom Project and then transported down to Los Angeles, and that's where we, the fosters, met up with the transport that exact same night. So these guys came directly from a lab into the carrier, and that's what you saw in those pictures. And in the pictures, you'll see people that we were holding the guinea pigs. That was pretty much the second contact that they had had with people outside the lab. So of course they had contact with people in the animal testing lab, but this was like their first experiences in the outside world. So they were born in the lab, spent their entire lives in the lab. So yeah, we were there. Orange County Cave Haven was contacted by Beagle Freedom Project and wanted to know if Orange County Cave Haven could help. And Orange County Cave Haven sent an email to all of us volunteers and fosters and basically said, if any of you can foster, we have a chance to get 15 guinea pigs to safety out of a testing lab. So I did not even know that they were skinnies. I just said, of course, absolutely. You know, it was a chance to help. So I didn't know they were skinnies until I had already agreed. And then when I saw the pictures come through that they were going to be 15 male skinnies, I about fell out of my chair, because in all my years of rescue, we don't really see skinnies like at all. There's maybe been 4 of them. So I took home 2 that night. Lenny and Edwin, and I'm going to walk over and show you Lenny in a minute, but they were not particularly like bonded in the traditional sense that we normally bond guinea pigs. It was my understanding that they were just put into carriers at the testing lab and then transported, and they were all getting along in the carriers because they were just scared out of their minds, like terrified. He's like, I don't want to come over here. And so my boys, Lenny and Edwin, were getting along just fine that night, but like I said, they were terrified. I have some video that I think I'll put in here of the very first night when I first put them in the cage and they were exploring. So when you're watching that video, understand that this was the first time they had been on fleece. This was the first time they had been in a home, in a normal cage. An animal testing lab is a very sterile environment. They need to keep it that way for a reason. So in the video, you'll see them running around and checking out and everything, and that was literally the first time they had been in a home or anything. So since Edwin is now hiding, and I know if I go over there, he'll... Oops, there he is. Oh my God, he's so cute. I can't take it. But I don't want to freak him out, so I'm going to go show you Lenny. those two boys were together, and I got them home. They stayed in that cage that you saw the video of overnight. And then the next day, literally all hell broke loose. And Edwin had scratches all over him. They were chattering, fighting, so I had to separate them. I didn't want to, but I had to separate them, and I tried to rebond, but it just wasn't good. So Edwin was so timid and so freaked out, and Lenny's just very much like proud of himself and in your face and all that stuff. So I went ahead and separated them. At that point they were still fosters, but it was only a matter of a couple of weeks before I decided that I just couldn't give them up. I've been doing this a long time, and I've waited all these years to just get one skinny, suddenly to have two. So at about that time, LA Guinea Pig Rescue gets in owner surrender, and it was the little black and tan guy that you saw over there, Arlo. And I agreed to foster him. So because the boys had been separated, I finally decided to try Arlo with Edwin, because Arlo is just really a sweetheart and gentle and kind, and something was just telling me that he would work with Edwin. So I tried it. It was like a perfect match. Those two have the biggest bromance that you've ever seen. It's adorable. And then Lenny here was still left alone, so I ended up adopting that guy that you just saw over there, and he's a freak. He's a spaz. He's only a couple months old, but he's getting really big. But I adopted him when he was 4 weeks old for Lenny, and it worked out good. They get along really well. Lenny's just hungry all the time. He just wants to eat. Like, he's calmed down a lot since he's been here. Both of the lab boys did not know how to eat veggies. They were freaked out by every little thing. There's Patch. So that's Patch. He's going through his piggy teenage phase, so he's getting kind of humpy and kind of rambunctious, but Lenny seems to be pretty patient with him. Don't do anything and make me a liar, guys. So we are back here with Edwin and Arlo. Let me try to zoom in on Arlo, because he's just so cute. He looks like a little Muppets character. And I'm filming this on my cell phone because it's been so long since I've made videos that I don't have a memory card for my camera, and the battery wasn't charged, so I just thought, what the heck, I'm just going to do it. Just going to film anyways. So anyways, that was 7 months ago that these guys were rescued from the lab, and they are doing amazing. They are just happy little boys. They do get freaked out at first when you pick them up, and Eddie's gotten a lot better. But he used to just shake and shiver, and like his eyes would go wide, and you could tell he was terrified. The number one question I get asked is, do I know what kind of tests were done on them? I have no idea. I don't know if it was medical or cosmetic testing. Either way, whatever it was, it's a much different life than they have here. So I'll just leave it at that. Needless to say, I do buy products that are not tested on animals. I've switched over. I was already in the process of switching, but I've switched over all my makeup to not tested on animals, all of our household products, laundry detergent, all that kind of stuff. And Beagle Freedom Project has a great app that you can download on your phone. I'll try to leave the link for that too. It's really cool because you go in and you can scan a product. It'll tell you if it's been tested on animals or not. So really helpful. Really, really helpful to have. These guys are not used to the camera, obviously. I take pictures of them, of course, but I haven't been filming anything since I've had them here, so it might take them a while to get used to. So I don't want to like zoom up, like get my hand any closer with the camera, because he already was looking at me like, what the heck is that thing? So he's used to me, and he's used to my hand and everything, but he's not used to this camera phone that's in his face right now. So we're going to keep it at as much of a distance as I can without freaking him out. You can see Arlo is an interesting looking little guy. He's a sweetie, and I think Arlo's a good balance for Edwin, because Arlo didn't come from a lab and he's more chill, and Edwin was so traumatized that he just needed a friend that was gonna make him feel calm. And so in the end, maybe it's better that my two lab skinnies didn't stay together because they've each gotten to learn from the other guinea pigs. Oh my god, this could be our thumbnail. This could be our thumbnail, guys. This could be our thumbnail. Yeah. You're so cute. Are you adorbs? Are you adorable? You are adorable. You are adorable. I think... I'm gonna go hide. I don't want to follow you too much. I think skinnies were like at the top of my list of guinea pigs that I wanted, and I wasn't going to go to a breeder, so I was holding out, guys, for like 12 years to get a rescued skinny, and now I have 3, and 2 from an animal testing lab. Like, what more could I want? These guys are just so much fun. They're so precious. They're so freaking adorable. And you're not in focus. You're so cute. You're being a good boy. While the camera's on you. Oh, you're so handsome. You are so handsome. Oh, ear flap sound. Oh my goodness. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have even been able to be standing next to the cage like this without him hiding. I think he hid for the first month at least from me. The night that we met the transport, it was like 8 o'clock at night. I hadn't gotten like literally any sleep the night before because I was so, we were under strict orders not to tell anybody who was being rescued, what was going on, because the animal testing labs are very private. They don't want people protesting or picketing, and so if anything would have gone wrong, these guys were all in danger of being euthanized. So I was just worried sick that something would happen and they wouldn't get out, and I did not sleep the night before. And so when I knew that they had made it on the transport is when I finally felt like I could breathe and relax. But we were waiting for the transport to come in, and all of us, like, as soon as we saw them, it was like we all had tears in our eyes, and we were just so overcome with emotion. We were at one of the Beagle Freedom Project volunteers' house. That's where we all met up at, and she had a beagle rescued from a lab, and then she had a golden retriever that was rescued from the dog meat trade in China. And so I'm a huge dog lover. I'm a big animal lover, but I'm a huge dog lover. And so to meet these 2 dogs that were both rescued from such horrible situations, and just to be able to cuddle these dogs, because we had to wait for the guinea pigs to get there, so we were just kind of sitting around chatting and getting things ready and sitting with these dogs that had been rescued from these terrible situations. And it was just like emotionally just something that was so special, you know, to just realize how special it is for each of these animals to get a better life and to get into homes where they're loved and taken care of. So when the guinea pigs finally got there, we were all just like holding them and trying to transmit as much love and positivity and safety as we could to them. And it was obvious that they were scared to death. They didn't know where they were going and what was happening. So and so yeah, I really wanted my YouTube family here to meet these guys. This was another update video that I tried to make several times, but it was just a lot going on in 2017, y'all. A lot. I'm hoping 2018 calms down, because I'm exhausted. 2017 did me in. I just want to love my fur babies and my naked babies right there, and don't need anything else going on. What are you doing? So I think that's it for now. I don't want this video to be like half an hour long. What are you doing? What are you doing? You silly boys. You silly boys. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video.